Hey, what's going on? Here I am back at with another video. So, here's another reaction to Nas's King's Disease album called Death Row East. So, I never heard what this song is, but I've seen the title of it and I figured have a quick listen and I just hear it out. So, that being said, let's get right on to it. I'm gonna get right on to it, okay?
Yeah, hold up. KD2 shit. Hey, hold up, come on, whoa. Right back at this. Right back, hold up, whoa. High on lights, drunk off dark liquor, chicken eerie. Like I threw on Thriller, bitch, I'm a hard hitter. Rolex plots and killers holding the order. Praying God delivers. I had runners with Suge, niggas with it for Suge. At the height of the beef, they started Death Row East. Damn, I even saw they D's on some of my G's. Notorious label, the story was made in the streets. Now it's real life movies.
Hey, this is like a homage to, Biggie and Pac, especially Pac, because he said Death Row East. That means, Death Row in the West Coast, where Pac was, recruited by Suge Knight, and Nas called it Death Row East. Like, here's Death Row in the West Coast, and that's where Pac, started, doing a lot of albums, doing Hit 'Em Up, going at, it's a long story, but this is like a homage to Biggie and Pac, because Nas, he lived on that life, that timeline. Hey, he knows. That's why he will always salute, and to Pac. Rest in peace to him. But yeah, this is like a homage to Biggie and Pac, like what they went through with the whole East Coast West Coast beef and all that. So this is like like a storytelling to tell how it was back in the days, because I wasn't even born when this happened. So I actually videos, watched movies, and I heard stories, and I saw it. And it was hey. So I might get back around to it.
Rest in peace, Will. Let's talk about it. The smartest, not the loudest, came about the project houses where they resort to violence. Hennessy bottles on the curb, little niggas trying to serve. Let's talk about it. Back when Jungle told pockets off, as soon as we walk about this. Picket size outlaws outside the music hall. Bunch of ghetto superstars really down to lose it all. Both sides was thugging.
Outlaws, the group out of Los Angeles, right? Yeah, Outlaws. I think this is like the he said something about Outlaws, Ghetto Boys out on this. I think the West Coast. This is about. I think he's saying when the West Coast rappers came to New York because they wanted to pay respects for inviting them. Of like just want to show some love. If that's what if I'm recalling it, so that's what he's saying basically for what I'm hearing. This is the Dog Pound, Outlaws, the whole West Coast rappers came to New York back in the day at a club. I think they wanted to show some love, for letting them in the doors, because the story never ends. So yeah, the story never ends with the whole East Coast West Coast thing. So it never ends.
But when you in my city, you know how we coming. Animals in the field, and most of them punching. When you live in this rugged and covered repercussion. Look, high on life, drunk, dark nigga, chicken eerie. like I threw on Thriller. Bitch of a hard hitter. Rolex plots and killers holding the order. Praying God delivers. I had runners with Suge. Niggas wouldn't have been shook at the height of the beef. We started death for ease. Notorious stories made in the streets. History lessons. Keep it on record. Let's talk about it. Cause when you got a story real as mine, you can't leave nothing out. Sitting back in 9-6 diamonds and Mac 10s, looking through a fresh lens. Everything I knew now, I wish I knew back then. Like it was only so much time left before Machiavelli the Don left. Book the flight flying out west. We were trying to squash the whole shit in Vegas. No media to eat it up and leak it in the paper. Every big deal.
Yeah, that's right there is the truth. Because Las Vegas is where Pac, died. He got shot with a bunch of gangsters, like real gangsters, and that's where he died. And you know how the media is; they like to put it out for the whole world to see, and try to say this and that because that's what they do. Because either way, if you're gonna leak out something that happened, and pretty much you want the whole world to see, and twist up stories and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. He's just like, no one knows the story because you put it out there, and how do you know if it's real or not? So, yes, that's the thing what they do, when Pac died and and they aired it out on the news, the papers, it was like, how crushed the world was, hearing about Tupac's death. Yeah, it happened in Las Vegas. So yeah, this is right here is a storytelling song, and I like the beat of the song, Death Row East. Yeah, so this is like a storytelling song. So yeah, I this is a really good song, and I like it. So yeah.
Was affiliated. Peace to Edie, Napoleon, all the innovators. We have respect before we.
Oh yeah. One more thing. He says something about flying out west, trying to squash the beef. Yeah, because if you notice on uh on Biggie's last interview that I watched before, he said he never wished death on nobody, and he wanted to squash. He wanted to just go out there and squash it with him. And Biggie, he wasn't a guy that was gonna. That right there is wise, real words from a real rapper. If you go back and watch his last interview, you can actually hear what he's talking about. So yeah, man, Biggie never wished this death on nobody. So yeah, that's what he said in his interview. So yeah, all they wanted to do was just squash it. So yeah, but either way, yeah.
Never some entertainers. See, sure, he was a dangerous threat. MOB almost turned half of New York red. Brothers I grew up with, grew up in sets. Some even had them death row chains hang off their necks.
MOP, Billy Dents, Billy Days, and Little Flame. Yeah, MOP. Yeah, iconic group. So yeah, and he said something about he kept saying Suge. Goes, Suge was hey, everybody was terrified of Suge Knight. For what I recall, once you see him and come in the club, people started zip out of there because they knew how terrifying Suge Knight was. They knew how terrifying that man was. So yeah, nobody couldn't touch him. Dude, once that man walked into a store or club, oh man, people started running because they knew, hey, that man does not play. That man was like a walking threat to everywhere he would go. So yeah, Suge Knight, man, he was a really dangerous man, from what I recall.
word I like to address. Pac was never set up by Stretch. Let it rest. Accepted him at Bryant Park so we can speak correct. He didn't disrespect. We plan to reconnect. I flew to Vegas to shoot the Street Dreams video with Liquid Tupac, trying to squash the East Coast, West Coast beef. We didn't talk, but he was still alive in the hospital, and it rained that day in Vegas. Rest in power.
And Nas, and we both got one thing in common. We both represent Queens to the fullest. Alright? This brother was good enough to stop his show, and I want everybody in here, everybody stand up on their feet first and foremost, please. At 7:03 p.m. New York time, 4:03 p.m. Vegas time, Tupac Shakur passed away, y'all. Give me a moment of silence.
Man, this song was so hard. This was right here was a storytelling right here. This right here was a storytelling right here. Hey man, this song right here was hard. I like it. Story never ends. Story never ends. So yeah, story never ends. Yeah. So yeah, there you have it. Death Row East. Nas. Song off his album King Disease 2. So, there foremost. Signing out now.